Thank you for stopping by. What's your name?
Kevin.
Kevin?
Yeah.
My name is Jeet.
Jeet?
Jeet, J-E-E-T.
Jeet, okay.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, man.
So what I'm doing is something called street epistemology, which is where we take a claim that somebody makes and we respectfully ask them questions about how they arrived at their conclusion. Because if they have a good reason to believe this particular thing, then I would like to believe it as well, and other people should believe it as well. Do you have a belief on your mind? Like some people talk about God, ghosts, spirits, karma, something supernatural. You could pick anything. It could be political things, it could be religious things, it could be anything.
Oh man, I am the most laid back person you'll ever meet.
Yeah.
So I'd say the belief that I have is that I don't know, right? I don't know what to believe because there's so much information out there.
Yeah.
I can't really make my mind on something.
Okay. Do you have a way to determine what is true if somebody comes up to you with a proposition of any kind?
For example?
For example, if I came up to you and said, hey, I have $1,000 in my pocket right now. Would you have a way to assess that, whether or not that statement is true?
I mean, I asked him to pull up the $1,000.
Okay, so that's one way. Similarly, with things that are not as easy to demonstrate, such as if somebody says, hey, I saw a ghost last night.
I mean, shoot, I don't know if those exist. I would probably believe them. I don't really see any reason why they would lie.
Okay, so you would take their word for it that they saw.
Yeah, I mean, I like to believe that everybody's honest until proven otherwise.
Okay.
Yeah.
But do you believe that ghosts exist? If somebody told you, say a good friend of yours came up to you and said, hey, I saw a ghost last night, would you believe that they saw something that they interpreted as a ghost, or would you think that there are ghosts actually in the world?
Well, I mean, I do have a story.
Okay.
I do say that I kind of am on the side of believing that ghosts do exist.
Okay.
Just because back in my hometown in Mexico,
Yep.
There in the house that my grandparents lived, everybody in my whole entire family has seen my grandpa. My grandpa passed away back in the 1970s, 1980s. So everybody in my family has seen him in one way or another.
Yeah.
And there was this one night I did walk out from my room that I was staying at, and decided to go over and get a glass of drink.
Yeah.
A glass of water to drink. And all of a sudden, in the corner of my eye, I see this lean, thin man just sitting on the couch briefly. And I just kind of pass by, completely ignore it. I was still half asleep, by the way.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden I realized, holy cow, that is a very familiar face. I've never seen this person in my life. I've never seen a picture of my grandpa. I've never talked to him because he passed before I was ever even born. And next thing I know, it's a very familiar feeling. This person I've met my whole entire life. I turn over, I see him at a glance once again after I get my water, and he turns over at me, and I'm like, okay, this is kind of weird. I turn again, grab my drink, finish it, and then I look back and he's gone. I ask everybody around, and turns out that was my grandpa.
Your grandma?
Grandpa. Grandfather,
Okay.
yeah. And next thing I know, my aunt, I call her my grandma, by the way, it's a whole story. But she pulls out a picture of him, shows me that it's him, and holy cow, that's who I saw.
Yeah.
That's the person I saw. It was a very calm sensation I felt from him. And it was a great thing to know that my grandpa was kind of present in a sense.
Okay.
It's really nice.
How confident are you in saying that was a ghost of your grandpa? 0% being you're not confident at all, it's all doubtful, to 100% being there's no question in your mind.
I'd say I would be an 80 to 90.
80 to 90? Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, in all honesty, I was half asleep.
Yeah.
I could have honestly imagined it, but then again, I've never seen a picture of him, so I never know what he's ever looked like.
Yeah. Since you mentioned that you were half asleep, you'd just woken up, getting water, Did it ever occur to you, perhaps, that maybe it may have been like just some hallucination or just a thing
Oh,
you
yeah.
imagined?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
But how do I put this? I mean, in all honesty, anyone can tell me it was false, fake. It could have just been like my imagination. It's nice to think that my grandpa's still out there because
Yeah.
unfortunately I never got to meet him.
Yeah.
But if it wasn't, I'm not gonna be sad or
Yeah.
mad.
Okay. Is there? Do you think there's a way for you to have that experience again, or was it just a one-time occurrence that just randomly happened?
If it happens again, holy cow, I'm gonna say it happened again. But
Yeah.
if it hasn't, it has not happened again. It was only
Okay.
once time.
Would you have a way to assess the situation as either imaginary or real if it happens again? If tonight this happens to you?
If I pinch myself, right? If my physical state, then yeah, of course,
Yeah.
I'm gonna believe it.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you very much for your time. I really appreciate it. That was a good talk.
Awesome, yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully that was a fun one for
Yeah. Would you mind if I put that on YouTube?
I don't mind, yeah.
Awesome. Thank you. That's my YouTube, Epistemology.
Yeah.
I just use my name instead of the GY at the end. Yeah. It'd be easier to find that way.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
Nice to talk to you.
Yeah, nice to talk to you as well. I'll be here, twice a week or so. If you see me and want to come talk again, come say hi. Have a good one, guys.